I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voice mailbox that has not been set up yet. Hey, it's podcast time. Welcome to Hydrate My Mind and Soul podcast, bringing awareness for positive self journey through tips and tricks and interviews. We would hope to inspire, motivate, and hydrate your mind and soul with refreshing content. Remember, we are not influencers. We are here to help create the best version of you through awareness. How? By self journey, interviews, experiences, and more. Come behind the scenes of the blog and join the movement today. Thank you. What are we starting with today? We're starting with self doubt. What is self doubt? How do we demonstrate this in our daily lives? Self doubt could be anything from a thought to not pursuing an action because you feel like you're going to fail. So, something that I did that was self doubtful and I was sabotaging my own self esteem. We talk about affirmations, and affirmations, I feel like it really changed my life. I started doing affirmations last year with little things like I can do this, I can get up. I had a really big struggling, as you know, with postpartum and days that I feel like are more depressing. It is really hard to bring yourself up from that. An example I'm going to give about self doubt is I was going back and forth about if I should go back to school. My backstory is I got pregnant when I was 17, so that made things difficult to understand. I had to grow up very fast, but I didn't know how to grow up, so I was very immature. What I imagined would happen is I would have the baby, I would have Ariel, my daughter, and I would kind of just stay home with her. I always wanted to have that, like, stay home with my daughter and stay home with my kids to raise them as they're little because I feel like they need at least one parent. And, if that your kids go to daycare or school or little school or preschool, that's awesome. I just am speaking from my point of view. And I've had my daughter in preschool before. I've decided to stay. But anyway, so I decided I wanted to go back to school, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I started so obviously I planned something out for myself that didn't happen. I thought that I would stay with my daughter. I finished 1 year of college while I was pregnant, and I decided to take a break. I didn't end up going back, which I should have. I should have gone back. But I thought, you know what? I'm raising my daughter, and I was going through a lot that first year, especially your first baby. You don't know anything about postpartum. Like, I also got, like, a milk duct, and I didn't know how to even get that out. If you don't know what a milk duct is, it is pretty much when you're nursing, you skip a nursing session or anything can happen and your milk duct gets clogged. And you have to now get, if it turns into an infection, you have to get medicine, and, mine always it would turn into an infection. And I had to get medicine, but my whole point of that is, like, I was focused on being a mom. Like, going back to school wasn't really something in the books for me, like, right there and then. I was also trying to be, I went from going to prom the year before to all of a sudden having a baby, having to play this role, and it's not like House, because whenever you wanna express your feelings to somebody else, there has to be somebody else on the other side willing to listen, and if nobody knows what you're going through, I feel like it's hard for people to listen. So before signing up for school, I was having a lot of thoughts with myself, like, what do I want to do? I had gone to cosmetology before, but cosmetology was kind of hard when you can't be present for your clients. And I was very, very loyal to, like, being present to my clients, but you also need a babysitter on the other hand for your kids. So if you don't have a babysitter, how can you take clients? So sometimes that happens where you go for a field and it just does not work out with your lifestyle. And maybe, maybe I could have left my kids, at a daycare and stuff like that. But then there was also things happening like cancellations. So I was paying for someone to take care of my kids, and then I would get cancellations. And, I didn't really know how to work out the business aspect of it. So I am going to school for business, and I do want to educate women for business, not even just business, but for their daily lives of how they can self-confidence, build self-awareness, and bringing services and products and things to you guys so you guys know that there is stuff out there that helps. So I wanted to read a little bit about self-doubt. Self-doubt, an example of self-doubt is not trusting your decisions that you make because you're not confident enough to know that they are right. The minute that you feel like your decisions are right, and that you're confident in your decision, you are gonna go full force. You always hesitate because you don't know what's gonna happen, and sometimes that's kind of what happens. You have to dive in, you have to be able to know that this is right for you, and that's kinda what happened with school. I had to trust myself in the process of going to school because I thought, "How can I juggle 3 kids? How can I?" And it is still difficult till this day to juggle the 3 kids, to make meals, to plan meals, and, to go to school and do that stuff, but I know it's gonna be rewarding at the end. Okay, so how can Hydrate My Mind and Soul help you with self-doubt? Well, that's what we're here for. We're here to give advice. We're not influencers, and that's why I say that in the beginning, that I don't wanna influence you guys to be like me or to do what I'm doing. That's not what this is about. The what this is about bringing the best you out, no matter if what you're dealing with. That's why we go through different topics, because there's so many of us and there's so many different things that we go through. We want to make sure that you guys have all the resources, even a little bit of you can do this. And if this helps you with pushing you, but helping you, motivate you to get to where you want to be, then that's why we're here. Playing with your mind to think that you can't do something. So go ahead and attempt to do it, even if you think you can't. If you think you can't make spaghetti from scratch, if you think you can't write the essay, if you think you can't run down the block or walk or do whatever it is that you need to do, you can't journal, you can't do affirmations, just try and you'll see that you can. That self doubt can be a traitor? Do you believe that your mind can play tricks on you? I certainly do. It happens. It happens to all of us. Self doubt is within everybody. And the ways that you can stop self doubt is stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop comparing yourself. You are not them and they are not you. You guys are two different peas in a pod, okay? You need to understand that you are valuable. You are worthy of way more than what you compare yourself to. If you stop comparing yourself to anybody else, then you'll actually be able to find your own talent, find what you love. It's hard to please somebody else. It's hard to live up to somebody else's standard if it's not your own. So like I said, we all have self-doubt. Don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like I'm the only one that is going through these emotions. Most people do not talk about it. I don't talk about it. It was really hard for me to even do this podcast because I was like, who's going to listen? Who's not going to listen? What do I do? Like, what is my message? And when it was so clear to me that I needed somebody like myself to help bring these topics out. I mean, we talk about postpartum, we talk about self doubt, we talk about confidence, we talk about all the good stuff and all the bad. So I just want to, okay, so first I want to do is talk about to identify your beliefs. So if it's whatever it is, if you believe in God, if you believe in um prayer, if you believe in journaling, if you believe in affirmations, if you believe in anything you believe in, just make sure that you are like well in your belief. So whatever you believe in, stick to that. Be strong to it. Be loyal to it. Be able to be like, this is what I believe confidently. Also, change your self talk, change the way you talk about yourself. we talk about affirmations. And affirmations, if you don't know what it is talking to yourself, saying you're beautiful, saying you can do this, saying nobody is going to talk to me the way I wouldn't want somebody to talk to me. Why would I talk to myself that way? So if you're saying like, "Oh, I look so ugly," like why would you say that to yourself? Don't say you're ugly. Say, "Wow, this shirt does not match. Change up the shirt. This pants does not match. My hair looks crazy. Put your hair in a bun. Like, take some pieces out. Like, mess with it." Like that is self-talk. Saying, "I can't do this. I can't go to school. I can't do this." And I'm so sorry about the lighting, you guys. I'm working still with the positioning of where everything's gonna go. So bear with me. Surround yourself with support. That could be family, that could be friends, that could be you reading about how to help yourself with self-doubt. Self-doubt is a self-sabotage. Can I you say that? Self-doubt is self-sabotage. If you are self-doubting, you are going to sabotage yourself into things that you are not going to accomplish because of these thoughts that you have, which are not true. They are not true. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. And you can take action, which is the next step. Take action. Focus on your desires and build yourself up. It is not going to be easy. It's not going to take a day. It's not going to be a week. But over time, you will see. Continue to hear us, to continue to hear that we love you, that you are smart, that you can do this. We need a lot of people to be able to fill the roles that our future needs. Tell you that we need you and we need your sources, we need your brain, we need your talents. So make sure that you are working on your self doubt, working on your affirmations. Okay. I'm going to close this up, guys. So
Let's
for
wrap.
Shop My Necessities, I'm going to recommend my journal, the one I did. It is on Amazon Live right now. You can purchase it. I will put the link below and go ahead and start with your affirmations, your self-doubt, your planning. And it is a 1-year journal. We are working on new journals, and so go ahead and grab yours today. Thank you so much for joining up. Let's close it up with a self-affirmation. I love myself. I can do this. I can work on self doubt. Thank you so much for joining the movement today. Go follow our blog, hydratemymindandsoul.com. If you would like to donate, go ahead and click on the left of e webpage and join the movement. Hit that donate button so we can continue to create refreshing content for Self Journey. This is Ashley with Hydrate My Mind and Soul, closing this up with an I love you. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and check out the last episode today. Bye bye.